What's going on, y'all, and welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a review on some boots, specifically my Thorogoods. So these boots specifically are the American Heritage MOC toe with the 8-inch rise. It also has the wedge sole. Now this sole supposedly is made by Michelin, the tire company. So it is not exactly, it says slip and oil resistant, but if you're on a joist or a rafter, definitely still be careful because you don't have a heel to catch you, so you will slip off. It's happened to me a few times. Now this is called the tobacco toe. I don't know why they call it that. There's no tobacco in this. But what I like about these is they're made in America. Now if you look inside the tag, it says with domestic and globally sourced components. So that means, you know, not all of the components within the boot come from America, but it is assembled here. A lot of people was asking me, you know, how hard it was to get used to the wedge sole, which the wedge sole just means this wedges. It goes from, I'm not really sure how thick that is. Goes from about an inch thickness to roughly, it's 3/4 of an inch, so it's not even that much. I mean, 1/4 of an inch difference from heel to toe. Overall, this I've had them for about 7-8 months now. I paid $274 from Boot Barn for them. I love the color and everything on them. I'm really hard on boots. Since I've been a kid, I would go through a pair of boots maybe once a year. I've always been rough on boot, and most of the time I wore Justin's, and then I switched to Ariat. And this is the latest entry into my boot line. I've never owned any Thorogood before, or I've had lace-ups, but this is the first time buying Thorogood. And compared to this Ariat Work Hog, it is now 2 years old. It's held up pretty well, and I was highly impressed by this. But after working all day on a concrete floor, and then after getting off work, either coming into my studio here to work in the shop, or going to a site and working construction, they've held up fairly well. But my feet do really hurt in them. They still make good riding boots, horse riding, that is. But needless to say, so if you're looking for a new boot, I highly recommend these Thorogoods. This leather up here at the top is so soft and so comfortable that you don't even have to wear a sock that comes over very far past your ankles. I don't anyways, especially in the summertime, because I'm really bad about my feet sweating. Now that is one con about these boots, is that your feet will sweat in them. They are all leather and they don't breathe well. They're decently waterproofed, and they're pretty tough. I've dropped some 2x6s on my toes and stuff before, and stepped on nails, and nothing is too damaged. The sole is actually, the tread itself really isn't wearing that fast, but I'm going to be honest, I have never worn a more comfortable boot in my life. I've worn boots since I was old enough to put shoes on, and I've worked on a farm my whole life, and this is hands down, at the end of the day, the boot that I can still keep going, if you know what I mean. Like after 12 hours of working, my feet still aren't that sore from being on them. I haven't cleaned them yet. I clean my boots with saddle soap when I do clean them. However, I'm pretty abusive on them, but considering this is one of the more expensive pair of boots I bought just for work, I plan on taking good care of them. But 7 months down the road, I mean, the wear on these isn't bad at all. They are a really nice boot. The color on them is great. The leather is pretty tough. One thing I did notice is that on the loop here on the back to pull it up, this piece of leather on the right boot is really thick and durable, and for some reason the one on the left boot is like really thin, and I don't like to pull on it too hard. And I haven't, there's a little stitching coming, you know, fraying in the back here, but around the toe where it counts and around the sole it's double stitched, and I haven't seen any of it starting to fray too bad. And like I said, I'm hell on my boots, so that is a plus. There is a little nick right here where the rubber has come apart, but I don't feel any air or anything through that, so it's still pretty sealed up past the double stitch. It hasn't actually broke through the stitch too bad, but yeah, like I said, they cost me around $274 from Boot Barn. They're not sponsoring me. That's just where I like to buy my boots and my hats. They have really good warranties and guarantees on things. The laces are nice and stiff, and just the, you know, your standard lace. Yeah, extremely comfortable boot, durable, and for a man that goes through a new pair of boots every year, these have lasted the best so far. Yeah, so if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe. I'm going to do more reviews on things that I wear, you know, daily, and the tools and stuff I use around the shop that I recommend. If you haven't yet, hit the like button please, and leave a comment below. Tell me what you think about these boots or the boots you own. Give me some recommendations. I'm still in the search for the best boot there is. I'm almost convinced that these are the best boot, but I gotta put them at least through a year and then see. So I might do another review after a year. At any rate, thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all on the other end of the trail.